Hey, Mark Anthony here with another episode of The Whole Message, where we teach you the intelligent things you need to know to live a healthier life. And I love the way the whole deception about eating healthy has evolved. And it starts out with scientists discovered that the body needs protein. Ooh, the body needs protein. Wait a minute. These products have protein in it. Let's exploit it. Hey, loaded with protein, loaded with protein. Our product has protein. And then all of a sudden, the whole world is thinking, oh, we need more protein, we need more protein, we need more protein, because we see it everywhere. Protein, 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 protein. And whatever company can get the product that has the most protein in it wins. Too much protein is bad for you. And I've got one fact after another. It causes kidney damage. Even Alzheimer's patients that's their common characteristic is, higher protein sediments in their brains. Too much protein is not good for you. Same thing with vitamin D. Scientists have discovered that the body needs vitamin D. Oh, then all the products come out. We've got vitamin D, vitamin D, we've got vitamin D. Oh, hey, we've got more vitamin D. We supplement it with vitamin D. We got more vitamin D. Oh, wait, the body needs so much vitamin D. We've got 100 million milligrams of vitamin D over here, and we got more over here. Whichever company has the most vitamin D in their products wins. And all of society says, oh, we must need all this vitamin D or it wouldn't be everywhere. You don't need all this vitamin D. Even omega-3. Oh, the body needs omega-3. Great. Then all of a sudden, everywhere you look, omega-3, 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 and all of a sudden the whole world says, if I don't get my omega-3, I'm going to die. You're going to get omega-3. You don't have to worry about it. You're going to get protein. You don't have to worry about it. You're going to get vitamin D and calcium in everything. You're not going to have to worry about it. If you're eating the right healthy lifestyle, eating all the fruits and vegetables and plants that God has created, you're not going to need any supplements. You're not going to need any of these fortified products. You're not going to need any of these animal products. And you're going to live the healthiest, most vibrant life you could possibly imagine. So don't fall in to all this fake going on out there, all this promotion of business for commerce, and you are just the prey. They want your pocketbook. And the more they exploit, the more they fear, the more you desire because of your fear, and you're sold when it's not the case. That's why we created The Whole Message, so we can teach you the intelligent information you need and not be sucked up by all these money grabbers who are not interested in your health, they're interested in your pocketbook. So we're going to get in the kitchen. Then we've got some great information at the office desk, and then we'll be back. So let's get in the kitchen and show you how to get healthy one bite at a time. Hey everybody. I was just thumbing through Melody's cookbook, Simply Yummy, which it really is simply yummy.
It is.
And I said, what is this scrumptious oat burger? You've got some really good burger recipes in here.
I do.
And I said, please, Melody, please, 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 make some of your oat burgers. So that's what we're doing today. We're going to make some of your scrumptious oat burgers. We don't do a lot of things right out of the book, but
we don't.
This is one of them.
You don't need it. But if there's any of the ingredients that we're using here, and you might have an ingredient that you like a little bit better,
yeah, you can
replace
you can always mix around.
Yeah.
That's one thing we're really good at, is teaching people concepts about how to cook. So.
Exactly. Now what I want you to do in that water that's boiling over there, Mark.
Okay, you got a boiling pot here.
I got a boiling pot, and I want you to add some of the Bragg's liquid aminos.
Bragg's liquid aminos. Say when.
You're going to put about a third cup in there.
Say when.
All right, when. And you're going to give a heaping tablespoon of the pecan bacon. It is a hickory smoke type.
About like that?
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
So, yeah, and there's a lot of different hickory flavorings. If not,
there is.
They could probably use that liquid smoke.
Liquid smoke.
Yeah.
Now this is a nutritional yeast flakes, and
that's about a quarter to half a cup there, a third of a cup maybe.
And also,
What do you got there?
This is my McKay's chicken style seasoning.
Okay.
And let's go ahead and give that a little bit of a...
Where was that under? Sandwiches? Is that under your sandwiches?
Yes, it is. A little forward. Is that it?
Scrumptious.
Now look what
Okay.
I've got here.
Quarter cup of Bragg's, 4 tablespoons. So that's a quarter cup, right? Mm-hmm. What was that?
This is
The minced onions?
minced onions and
Dried. Okay.
dried, and it will give it the best flavor.
Half a cup, so you really went to town on that one.
I did. What else is in there?
Well, I'm just jumping around on this one, but the mushrooms, you've got your different season, McKay's chicken style seasoning. Oh, you did beef style seasoning here.
You
Is there a
do both.
beef style?
There is.
Oh.
There is, and I do both.
I haven't used that.
You haven't used it?
No.
It's really
No.
good.
I will try that.
You've got to try it. I love the beef style seasoning, but I do both. I do.
Okay, cool.
And also, I've got some mushrooms. We're going to put the mushrooms in there.
Okay.
All right.
Now those are cooked mushrooms. You can
Those-
use raw or cooked.
Those
or-
are in the can. If you want to saute them first, fine. If you want to put raw onions in there, you can put the raw onions in along with some of the toasted onions. You can do any of it. I mean, just do whatever you like.
But
I
raw and
like-
toasted is going to taste totally different.
They are.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to add some walnuts, Mark, and I just lightly went through and chopped them. And feel, is there quite a few in there?
Yeah. Well, but you got a lot of big chunks in there. I thought this was going to be a burger.
It is going to be a
gonna
burger, but I
fall
want
apart
some
because
texture. No, I
You'd
want
think
some
it all
texture.
fall apart or something.
No, 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 no. Let's put.
Okay.
We're going to put a little bit of the.
Usually the bigger the texture of the product inside the burger, the more it's going to fall apart. Where the finer the texture is, the more it's going to hold together.
This isn't going to go
So-
anywhere. It's got oats as its base.
And so you've got onion powder, garlic
Powder.
Using
And-
some salt too, or no?
You know, I don't think we're going to need it, Mark. Let's
Okay.
maybe a pinch. Kills me with the salt.
You know you got to have some salt.
Well, the Bragg's liquid amino and the McKay's chicken seasoning, and I use the vegan special that's non-MSG. And this is my base.
So you're going to have some salt in that, right?
It is. And this is my base.
Okay.
Now what you want to, you can do a rice if you want to. You can do a quinoa, but I'm doing an oat here, and that oat is really going to stick together. You want gluten-free, that's
So
fine.
are we going to let this boil, or?
You don't even have to, because we're going to either fry that burger with hardly any oil, or we're going to put it in the oven.
Is this going to cook for a while?
Yes, for just a little bit. But this is quick oats.
And you want me to stir or anything
want
here?
you to stir.
Okay.
I might need just a little more.
That's really
I
bubbling.
want this pretty tight.
Yeah, you'd have to have it tight if it's going to be a burger. In fact, I'm going to turn this down just a little bit here, because otherwise it's just going to go plopping everywhere.
It will.
So a lot of this is just by sight, as far as you just know
You just
how
know.
thick you need it.
You really do. It's not like you're eating a bowl of oatmeal in the morning. This is a burger, and I want it tight enough that I can work and form it into patties.
Right, because you didn't have, you've got an exact recipe.
I do.
But if some of the water evaporated out of it, or you got
Exactly.
some mushrooms that were really moist, or there's so many different, elements that can create problems in your cooking. And when you learn from us, we teach you those
Now
different.
you can turn off your heat,
Ooh,
Mark.
see, I had a pocket of
You did have a pocket.
that was no. Okay.
You
Okay.
can turn off your heat, and we're going to put
Okay, we'll do that.
we're going to put the lid on this, and we're going to just let that set and form a little bit. That's all.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Just going to let it set
I was
up.
going to say you got to do some type of.
And there's a lot of times I can walk away 30, 40 minutes and just let it sit.
Okay.
Or I take my ice cream scoop, and I have a pretty good sized ice cream scoop, and I'll take it out hot and plop, plop, plop on my cookie sheet. And then I just kind of squash it down, pat it down, and then I can put it right
Just
in
go
the
for
oven. I can go
Okay,
for it.
so is that about the consistency
That looks
you're
good.
looking
That
for?
looks good, because it's going to tighten up even more. The oats are going to absorb that liquid inside, and that's what we want to do, is take on that seasoning, that flavor.
Okay, so we'll just let that rest for a few minutes
All right.
and.
Wow.
It's heated up a little bit.
It's hot when it comes out like that, but look at the tightness of it,
Can
Mark.
I eat it like this?
You can. You wait till you eat that. It has amazing
You know what?
flavor.
That is one of the best oatmeals I've ever had. That is a dinner oatmeal.
It is a dinner.
We could
oatmeal.
create oatmeal for dinner.
I make these into patties for my burgers, but let me tell you what I do with them, Mark. I put them in the freezer. I make 50 of these at a time, and I can make my mushroom, gravy, whatever I want to, and I can put this in a casserole dish, and I can serve them like little croquettes or steaks. People love them.
Right, sure.
People love them. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put some out to put in the oven.
And you can let them cool down a little bit.
Oh, you
yeah,
can.
Look how hot they are.
They're hot.
What kind of burger are we making here?
This, I'm just going to, would you like some?
You're gonna like mold these. You got the gloves on.
Yes, I am
I've
going.
got to get you some smaller gloves.
I know. It looks like, look at my hands, how big.
Oh, here, let me get a.
Now, would you like for me to pass this over to you so you can work it in the skillet? Because you can do it either way.
Well, and that's what we wanted to show you was two different ways to do these. Because, you know, a lot of people show you their recipes, but I like showing you the different concepts that you can do. So we're going to give you the one that you bake and the one that you fry. So grab, let me grab this out of your way.
Go ahead.
And I can grab this with my hands. Are we doing like enormous ones or just regular?
Hey, let's do both. You can do ginormous burgers. You can do mini burgers. You can make little patties. You know, and Mark, you know how much a burger costs when you go out and eat it now? And those fake ones that you buy at the store?
That's
do you know
exactly
how much
what I
those
was going
are?
to say. I was going to say, you know how much those burgers are?
You get
At least $1 a piece.
at minimum, because you get 4 burgers, I think, isn't it, for $5.99
$4, $5,
or
$6.
something? And I would venture to say, even if you put the nuts in like I did here, you're going to get about,
Half the price.
12 to 18 burgers for $4.
Yeah. And if you want to be cheap, you're saving money, just use more oats and less of everything else.
Yeah. You don't need to put the mushrooms in. I like it for texture. The flavor's
Yeah.
going to remain the same.
Yeah, really. I mean, by theory, if you
And
want to
look how
save money.
big those burgers are. And you know what's going to be best? When I stick these in the oven to cook at this size, they're going to come out at this size, Mark.
That's okay.
You're not going to get all that shrinking where you take a pound of hamburger meat and you end up with a quarter or third pound
I
of
made
burger.
some really big ones there. How's that?
Oh, I like that. I like that.
All right. So let's get these cooking.
I'm gonna put these in
and
the
then we'll
oven.
come back and show you what it looks like when we're done.
Oh my goodness.
Well,
oh my
these
goodness.
are looking great.
Oh, they are, aren't they?
Look at those babies.
Those are big burgers, Mark.
Yeah, those
Ooh,
are
I
big
think-
tomatoes.
I like big tomatoes.
I want mine thinner. Give me a couple
wanna-
thin slices.
Thin slice.
Yeah, just like that. That's my standard slice right
Is
there.
it really?
Yep.
I like big.
Okay, get your fingers out of the way.
I will.
You gotta teach her everything, It's just like, you do have all your fingers, don't you?
I do have all of them.
You do? Okay, well, that's a good
I
plus.
do.
never
Now
know.
you got the ones that you fried with very, 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 very little oil, Mark.
Bring it on right here. I see what you're doing.
And here is one that we did in the oven.
Which you ended up with
15 all total.
6, 12, 15. Yeah, but mine,
5 more in
mine
there.
are double size.
Yours
so
are double size.
You're actually ending up with 18 burgers out of this
18 burgers,
recipe.
about $4. I don't know if you can handle that. That's kind of
Man,
expensive.
we need to open up a restaurant.
I know we do.
Those kind of prices, we could sell this thing for top dollar.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
There's a place in where
You
we
fl-
live in a small town where we're at, and they sell burgers for $10.
You flip these. Mm-hmm. Grab me one of those big buns.
You want the colossal bun.
Yeah. And I'm just going to cut this baby in half. We've got some different buns over there, so you've got some different styles if you're looking for something different. But all I'm going to do is give
Put
this
a brownie,
a
golden.
little, yeah. So there we go. And what else we need?
Well, I have this beautiful plate here of
Okay.
ketchup, mustard, and veggie mayo.
Okay.
And
So-
gotta have pickles. Gotta have pickles. I mean, can you eat a burger without pickles?
I can.
Can you?
Yeah.
Oh, I love my pickles.
Yeah.
No.
How you like those plates? Is that cool or what?
I don't think that's the only one you have.
I've got a stack of them.
No, those are in my car.
No,
Yeah.
they better not be. I've got your keys.
Oh, you do. I've got your
I do.
alarm
I
to your
have your
house.
keys.
I'll keep pushing the panic button. I'll have to keep calling him like, panic, panic.
But we're going to make a massive burger here.
We are.
And one thing, when it comes to making burgers, I think the best thing to do is hit the bottom with the lettuce.
Oh, not the top.
And because that's going to help keep any oils and things, moisture from absorbing into the bottom. So that's a really good thing to do. A lot of people will even sauce the bun, but if you're going to have it later, you don't want to sauce the bun. If you're
No.
going to eat it right away, it's fine.
Right.
But okay, you ready for this?
I am.
There we go.
Look how beautiful.
Massive burger there.
How about a little onion? Can we put 2?
Well, I'm kind of one of those
Pull
guys
them
that goes
off.
like this.
Is that what you like to do?
Yeah.
I do too.
But I would
Now,
actually do the tomato first.
You want to do the tomato first, and these little tiny. I think the girl.
2 slices. Boom.
The girl pieces were yours.
This is the technical. This is the technical way that you would actually do the very best burger. Would be like that, officially.
And we have so many of the different
Mm-hmm.
cheeses now, like the Daya, Follow Your Heart. There are a lot of cheeses out there they could put on this, still a vegan burger.
Yeah.
Vegan oat burger, scrumptious.
And this is
Yum.
what do you call it? Jumbo,
Colossal.
colossal.
Colossal burger.
And it looks fabulous. In fact, let me take a bite of that.
You're gonna like it. I'm excited because we get to eat lunch.
Wow. Wait, here, let's put that aside for a minute.
Set that aside.
Yeah, I'm going to show the zoom on. Let me get the zoom camera. Look at that.
And look how hot.
Absolutely spectacular.
Oh, that's
Wow.
great. And you can freeze these. I make 25, 50 burgers at a time, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, if you make them a little smaller, make your smaller patties, I put them in the oven, I put them in my baggies. If I need something quick, I can go in, I can thaw them out, throw them in the oven with the gravy, and I've got an entree. Or I've got burgers all the time. Put some barbecue sauce on it. You can fire that up on a grill.
The flavor is absolutely
It is really good.
fabulous.
It is. It is. Oh,
There you go.
wonderful. Hey, we're done. We'll probably be back after we get through eating, but this is it for today. We're going to go eat.
And of course, one of the biggest questions that faces the world today, if I go vegan, vegetarian, where am I going to get my protein? Oh, if I don't get enough protein, I might die. Protein. We gotta have protein. It's ridiculous, but it is what it is. And you all know me. I told you dozens of different ways that you're never gonna have a problem not getting enough protein. But so when I saw this, though, this is nutritionfacts.org, and Dr. Michael Greger, he's our doctor, and we have permission for all of his stuff. That's why we joined up with him to air some of these things for you. But he's got to post a video here. Do vegetarians get enough protein? And I saw that. I said, okay, this one I got to play for you because it's probably the no-brainer of information. Scientific, intelligent information that you need.
The largest study in history of those eating plant-based diets recently compared the nutrient profiles of about 30,000 non-vegetarians to 20,000 vegetarians and about 5,000 vegans, flexitarians, and no meat except fish eaters, allowing us to finally put to rest the perennial question, do vegetarians get enough protein? The average requirement is 42 grams of protein a day. Non-vegetarians get way more than they need, and so does everyone else. On average, vegetarians and vegans get 70% more protein than they need every day. Surprising that there's so much fuss about protein in this country when less than 3% of adults don't make the cut. Presumably folks on extreme calorie-restricted diets who just aren't eating enough food, period. But 97% of Americans get enough protein. There is a nutrient, though, for which 97% of Americans are deficient. Now that's a problem nutrient. That's something we really have to work on. Less than 3% of Americans get even the recommended minimum adequate intake of fiber. So the question isn't where do you get your protein, but where do you get your fiber? We only get about 15 grams a day. The minimum daily requirement is 31.5, so we get less than half the minimum. If you break it down by age and gender, after studying the diets of 12,761 Americans, the percentage of men between ages 14 and 50 getting the minimum adequate intake, 0. This deficit is stunning, in that dietary fiber has been protectively associated with the risk of diabetes, metabolic syndrome, cardiovascular disease, obesity, and various cancers, as well as high cholesterol, blood pressure, and blood sugars. Therefore, it is not surprising that fiber is now listed as a nutrient of concern in the dietary guidelines. Protein is not. One problem is that most people have no idea what's in their food. More than half of Americans think steak is a significant fiber source. By definition, fiber is only found in plants. There's no fiber in meat, dairy, or eggs, and little or no fiber in junk food. Therein lies the problem. Americans should be eating more beans, vegetables, fruits, whole grains. How are we doing on that? Well, 96% of Americans don't eat the recommended minimum daily intake of beans. 96% don't eat the measly minimum for greens. 99% don't get enough whole grains. Look at these numbers. Nearly the entire U.S. population fails to eat enough whole plant foods, and it's not getting any better. A lack of progress that's disappointing. Even semi-vegetarians, though, make the minimum for fiber, and those eating completely plant-based diets triple the average American intake. Now, when closing the fiber gap, you want to do it gradually, no more than about 5 extra grams of fiber a day each week until you can kind of work your way up, but it's worth it. Plant-derived diets tend to contribute significantly less fat, saturated fat, cholesterol, foodborne pathogens, while at the same time offering more fiber, folate, vitamin C, phytochemicals, all essential factors for disease prevention and optimal health and well-being. And the more plant foods, the better. Whole plant foods, the better. If you compare the nutritional quality of vegan versus vegetarian, semi-vegetarian, pesco-vegetarian, and omnivorous diets, traditional healthy diet indexing systems, like compliance with the dietary guidelines, consistently indicate the most plant-based diet as the most healthy one.
Well, there you go with the nutritional facts for today. And protein is not the problem, but fiber is. And you're not getting any fiber in the meats. You know, where do I get my protein? You know, we need to be saying, where do I get my fiber? You know, and people are just gravitated to the meats, thinking they got to get all this protein. There's not anybody that does not get enough protein. In fact, even the people that are eating a healthy vegan lifestyle are actually getting too much protein. And I've showed you a few things about how too much protein causes kidney damage, kidney stones, and linked to a couple other diseases. So you actually want less protein in your life. And but everybody, 97% of the people out there get way too much protein, and 97% get not near enough fiber. And those are the numbers, those are the facts, and that's what we're showing you here, is the whole message, and recommending to you to eat whole natural foods in their natural state, fresh fruits and vegetables. If you can eat a whole cow in one bite, I guess you could do that. But that's the kind of whole food you shouldn't be eating. But eat those whole natural foods, potatoes and your grains and fruits and vegetables, and healthy, because you're going to live a healthier, more vibrant life. You're going to feel better about yourself. And that's the whole purpose of this, is to help you feel healthier and live a better life. We'll see you next time.
Well, Mark, did you come on the set today with your daughter?
Our mascot, yes. Little San Diego.
Little Sandy, yes, and the reason
Sandy.
I call her Sandy Pandy.
Sandy Pandy.
Sandy Pandy,
Arr,
that's
arr,
what I
arr,
call her.
arr, arr,
Sandra
arr.
D sometimes, because she likes to sing a lot. She barks, barks, barks.
Yeah.
And meow,
She's
and meow, and meow.
hypoallergenic,
Yeah.
non-shedding, so you don't have to worry about getting any hair in your food today. Don't worry about that. And people are like, there's a dog in the kitchen. Wait, you watch. I'm going to get the emails. They're going to be coming at me.
Yeah, well, trust me, we'll get the video.
Don't worry,
out.
I got a delete button. Yeah. So, but she's a good
She's
puppy.
a good girl. Yeah, she is.
Yeah,
she
she doesn't
get
go
down
on
and bark.
She doesn't go on many tours with me, but
No,
she
she
stays at
doesn't,
home
does she?
to keep my wife company when I'm
Yeah,
on a
she's a
trip.
good one.
Yeah.
She's a good one. Wow, you don't think about tours and all touring.
Oh, I
Thinking
know.
about
Yeah.
the
I don't wanna think
past
about
and
that right now.
Starting, when you started doing this, did you ever think then you would be where you are today?
No. What was that? 9 years ago? 9 years ago?
I think
Yeah.
90 for you, 5 for me.
About 9 years ago. Yeah. And started out in a 10-foot trailer. That's smaller than this little area back here. 10 foot.
I remember
for
that
2 years.
trailer. I remember.
What'd you
seeing
call it? You used to call it the shell or the turtle.
Turtle shell. I'd say,
Called
oh,
the
here
turtle.
comes the.
Yeah.
Here comes the turtle out of his shell. It's funny because it's like he'd get away from his camper and he'd be like, "Oh, I'm away from my camper. I need my shell." And I said, "Oh, get back in your turtle shell."
Yeah. And then I got to a 16 foot.
Oh yeah, he went in big time. He grew, and now
Yeah.
you're into
28 foot.
28 foot
Yeah, pretty soon I'll be pulling up in the
touring bus.
the big wiener mobile from Oscar Mayer
Oh
or something.
please no, veggie weenie mobile.
Yeah. I did see one that they turned a airplane, a Boeing 747, into a travel trailer. Yeah.
Now,
that
if
would be
anybody out there
interesting.
has one of these real neat touring buses and you need to get them off your hand, we could use one.
Yes, donate it. Donate it. We'll put it to good use. Absolutely.
Wow, it's amazing because I remember when I worked in the corporate world, I had no idea, folks. This is not what I thought I would be doing. Never in a million years. But I was praying. I was earnestly praying and asking God to use me. And I was scared to death. I couldn't even read scripture at church. I didn't get up front. I didn't do
Yeah, and you
anything.
preach now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't call it preaching. You know how I feel about that. I get up and give
Well, you're doing
testimony
testimonies, and right.
and I love it because people will come up to me afterwards and say, wow, I needed that, to get my life back on track. And I don't do it for me. I don't even like doing it, folks. I do it because God says, if somebody will ask me, Lord, give me the strength to do it, if it's something you want me to do. I would have never guessed in a million years. Never.
Yeah, I'm usually booked pretty heavy.
You are?
I think we just did our right around 1,200 to 1,400
That you've
cooking
done.
shows. Wow. Yeah, I mean that many. There was a couple years we did over 200 in 1 year.
The most I did is I left on a 6-week tour, did 28 seminars, and drove
Yeah,
over.
boom, 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 boom.
Drove over 2,000 miles in 6 weeks.
That's what I like to do now. Just take it, take a tour, do them, get them done, come home, take the time off for a month or two, and then go do another tour. And it gives me the good balance. I got my work time at home, I got my work time on the road, and that seems to work the best
It does,
right now.
but you know what? I don't know if it's the same way for you, Mark, but I feel more energetic. I'm working really hard physically when I'm on the road doing my seminars, and I get home and I feel a little bit lazy when I get home. I like God using me.
Right,
those
right.
endorphins just keep me going. I love it.
Yeah. Well, you got to have challenges. You got to have purpose. It's all about having purpose in your life.
Purpose.
And
Purpose, yes.
what's your purpose in life? That's the big question. God has a purpose for every single one of us, and He wants to use us in mighty ways.
What's that song? God knows the plans He has for you.
Yeah, and He does.
He will help us regardless of whichever way we turn in our lives.
And I think the other half of that scripture, I think, is if you will seek Him and search for Him with all your heart, then you will find those
Then you will
purposes.
find
Yeah,
Him.
It's a conditional
Yeah.
to get to that point.
Well, I never would have thought back a little over 5 years ago that I'd walk in at 3ABN to help you to take my mom to 3ABN camp meeting.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, they need help in the kitchen. I'm a chef. I can go in there and help them. There's something I could do. And I don't know what it was, Mark, but just right then we were family.
Yeah,
Just from the very
and now we're
beginning.
recording programs on 5 different networks, literally,
And more.
and three
seeking.
of them that are global. I mean, they're not internet television. These are
No.
very prominent television networks, and a couple more on the works. So who knows what God has in plans for our next step.
But I'm ready
just
to
keep
see
taking those
it.
steps. Just keep taking those steps.
I know,
Yeah.
I know. And what are you doing from here? Where do you go from here? Now, I go back to Texas myself.
Yeah, you got to take a break. You just got married.
I'm gonna, well,
Is this like your honeymoon? Did you come up here to visit me for your honeymoon? That is so thoughtful of you.
well, we've been on the road ever since we've been married, and I had to leave once, and this was so cute because my husband's a harmonica player and a very, very good harmonica player, and he backs up recording artists, and here we are. I had to fly back to Florida, got married, flew back to Florida, went to Georgia, and he was going to fly in that Monday after my seminars, and he was going to drive me back home. And I told the lady, she said, "Oh, where's your husband?" I said, "Well, he's going to fly up on the day I'm leaving." She said, "Well, why doesn't he come? He could come with our house and come to the seminar." And I said, "Well, he plays harps. They call them harps, harmonica. Oh, let him do special music." So he came in on that Friday, found him a really cheap ticket, got him into Atlanta. He went to those 3 seminars with me, and everybody's like, "Do you have CDs? Do you have CDs?" And played, and he loved it. And now we are nonstop on the road together. So we have been our whole honeymoon since we married on the road or me gone. And he's been on the road with me now for over 6 weeks. We haven't been home going on 2 months. And then we're going to go back, get everything, my stuff all moved in, get kind of settled in, and then I'm off again. Hopefully he's with me.
Cool. Yeah. Well, and there you go. So make sure you grab your pens real quick, and we'll have to put the information on the screen for you to get a hold of Melody or get a hold of myself. And sometimes we can't get to your event right away. Other times, we've got bookings immediately available. It all depends where we're at in the country and on flights and things like that, if we have to fly or whatever the case might be. But I think both of us are more than willing. Doesn't matter what denomination, what organization. It could be churches. It could be. I've done quite a few hospitals and universities lately. Grade schools even. I mean, we're happy to go in and teach kids how to get healthy.
Companies.
Senior centers.
Companies, corporations.
Absolutely.
Insurance. People don't understand insurance because if me as say I am a company, I'm a corporation, and I'm spending $1 million a year for insurance provided to my employees. If they go over what they did the year before, my insurance increase, which makes your insurance increase as an employee to me. I'm the employer. And it keeps going up. But if people become healthier and it goes down, then everybody's premiums go down. And this is how it works. Not only that, production. People are more productive when they feel good and they're healthier. We go into companies and help companies, show them how they can change their lifestyle and become more productive.
Right, and if you got healthier employees, your productivity of your company is going to be better, and your cost of healthcare is going to be less. So it's a win-win.
It's a win-win. And we are not just chefs. We are lifestyle coaches. We are plant-based nutritionists. We have education and knowledge that you would not believe because we spend our time when we're not working researching.
And we're backed by all the most prominent doctors and their information.
Absolutely. So it's scientific information.
And we know them too. So, we could get Michael Greger to come over and some of those doctors to really, if you want to get into
the really meat
of
it, if you want to get into the side that they bring to the table through the doctor side.
And some people think of it as the boring side, but not us, but there's a lot of people that it does get technical. There's a lot of statistical facts and stuff. Mostly what we do is we're going to show you the intelligent stuff and do it with a fun flair, so that your employees would, really gravitate to saying, "Hey, we got to do this. We've got to do it for ourselves. We got to do it for our family and our kids." And if you can impress upon them because they've got a vested interest in their children, that's when your employees are really going to grip onto the fact of, that we've been misled our whole lives, and all we're doing is getting you back on track so you can live a healthy life. And
and it's a balance, folks. We're not trying to take anything out of the diet. We're trying to bring everything healthy into the diet. And I mean, same way with me, over 100 pounds lost, all my medication gone, medication free in my 60s. Eyesight improved. I mean, I know that sounds really crazy out there, but I haven't wore contacts in 4 years.
And sexual life, considerable improvement.
You don't need the
I know
blue
nobody
pill.
wants to say it, right?
I
you
know
because
it.
but it's a reality.
It is
you
the
know.
truth. This is unbelievable.
Yeah.
When men suffer with ED, the problem there is not just the testosterone. The problem is the arteries.
It's the cholesterol.
It is,
It's the
and you
saturated
don't want
fat.
to take a pill to open those up temporarily
Opens the
because it could
arteries.
cause a heart
Right,
attack.
right.
That's why they say you need to check with your
Yeah.
doctor. Anytime you take medication, you need to check with your doctor. But there is a cure for that.
Yeah, just eliminate the animal products, eliminate all the fats, and then your arteries are going to open up, and you're not going to need all those pills. And same thing with women for those organs too. It's the same
Same way,
situation
same
that
way.
they have a better sex life too.
Yeah.
So yeah,
We talk, I talk about that. That's some people like in the seminars, and we talk about constipation.
Yeah.
If people are mean, nasty, and they come into your business, or their friend are always just a frown, and they're always mean and hateful, trust me,
You need
they
a bowel
need to get
movement.
things moving. And it doesn't mean you take it in the form of
Yeah.
little crystals that go in water.
Right.
It's your food.
But we do things, in a lighthearted way
Yes.
that's not going to be embarrassing for people.
No.
And where they can actually understand something and really get a health message. is
I'm
what
not
we
the
do.
food
So,
police.
yeah.
I'm not the food police. I told my husband, I'm not going to police
We
you.
can be, though. If you would like us to enter your home
In a
and
police
make
uniform.
sure that you're eating the right food. It's a little more expensive.
We've
but,
done that before.
Fortunately, we've got the government that's going to do that for us eventually, so we
Right.
don't have to mess with that.
We've actually gone into homes where I've had people call me, hey Melody, I've got about 15, 20 women. We get together. Will you come to my home and go over recipes and go through the cabinets and absolutely,
Yeah.
I'll do it. Help
Cool.
out. Anything we need to do to help people get back on track.
They're looking at us with that ticker on their clock.
Okay, it's time to get out of here. We just love to talk about health. We
Yeah.
love to talk to you. We like to help you do the best we can to educate you on nothing more than good health and your connection to Christ. Means a lot. Join us back here in the kitchen with Mark and Melody.
We'll see you next time. Hey everybody, I found a fun one on the internet for us today, and 6 grocery chains that are making themselves healthier. And this is from Yahoo, 6 grocery chains that are making themselves healthier. And most of us shop for food at supermarkets, and while it is possible to get healthy food there, sometimes it feels like we're being bombarded by the unhealthy food, and that's exactly what's going on. So here's some chains that are doing some things a little different. Aldi's, for one. Here's Aldi's. Aldi's discount grocery chain has taken yet another step towards healthy eating. It has removed certified synthetic colors, partially hydrogenated oils, and added MSG from all of its store brand products. The following Aldi's previous initiative, which included expanding organic produce options, creating a Simple Nature line of products that's free of over 125 ingredients and highlighting dietitians' picks. So Aldi's, and I wasn't a big shopper at Aldi's, but I've been in there a few times lately, and yeah, they've got a few things that are like, okay, hey, and I'll buy cases. I just buy cases. A lot of times if I know I'm going to use it, I just buy cases. But they've been doing pretty good there. Rayleigh's. Now, Rayleigh's, I think, is California. Check out Lane. California-based Rayleigh's grocery store is removing tempting candy and junk food from the checkout lanes to make them more family-friendly. We think this is a great move for everybody. So they're removing the impulsive candy grabbing, right? Which is kind of interesting because if you've been to Rayleigh's stores, they don't have a lot of room in those stores anyway. Most of them are very small, so I don't know where they're needing more space, that type of thing. But I don't know. We'll see. It works for me, so amen to that. Wegmans, what they're doing is they have a plan let me see if they have it here. As part of their plan, they're encouraging customers to make half their plate produce by offering $6 meals. Customer can choose 2 servings of vegetable side dishes, fruit or a combination of both, and then the other half of the plate is an entree. Well, to me, that's not doing any different than anybody else. I can go to any place and do that. That's why I like the Asian food stores, the Asian restaurants, because a lot of times you can do these sides. And so, anyway, Giant. Last June, the Giant grocery store chain with markets in Virginia, Maryland, Delaware, they're all over that eastern side. They started the magazine for customers called Savory, Fast, Fresh, and Easy. It gives shoppers nutritious, money-saving meal planning ideas that are linked directly to offers in the store. And they've got a pretty good produce section there. Fair and Square, nonprofit grocery store in Chester, Pennsylvania. They've actually rolled out a healthy eating incentive in the form of rewards programs for buying produce. I like that. There you go. You buy produce, we're going to give you incentives. So you get points and that type of thing when you buy produce. 3% of the produce purchase is banked for the future. Good, 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 good. So there you go. A lot of stores, I know there's even quite a few other stores that are doing healthy options. Here, I got to share with you one other thing though. This is my Facebook pick of the day right here. This is my Facebook pick of the day. Think about it. If there is health food sections in the grocery store, what does that make the rest of the food sold there? Mark Hyman, medical doctor. Yeah. If there's a health food section, what does that make all the other food in the grocery store? Probably the only health food section in the whole grocery store is actually the produce section. Of course, you can get some whole grains and wheats and oats and things like that down the aisles, but you're still get the whole potatoes and get your healthy carbs and get your fruits and vegetables, and that's where your health is. Get the healthy foods and stay away from all those manufactured foods. I mean, if you look at the whole grocery store, only 10% of the grocery store, maybe even 2%, is actually what you should be eating. The other 98% is what you should not be eating. So just make those good choices on a daily basis. Take home the food. Get your kitchen designed where you've only got those healthy foods, and you'll be a lot better off. That's the whole message, and we'll see you next time. Hey, we're back with another quick segment, I guess, is
Quick episode.
Yeah.
Tofu.
Barbecue tofu.
Barbecue tofu.
Now, my wife has made this a few times. I haven't actually made it because I heard it was really complicated and it was going to be a real challenge to make, so I just let her make it. But so you get to show me how she makes it.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Really hard, but something I wanted to say real quick. I love it whenever you're buying tofu, it'll even break down the firmness. So if you're not sure what kind of tofu, like real soft, firm, extra firm, I love how it does that. And it'll let you know whether it's genetically modified or not.
Yeah, that's non-GMO.
Non-GMO.
And yeah, it says how firm is it, and there's a scale from 1 to 6 right there.
And
so
it's
that's
4. Yeah.
Cool.
And whenever we do something like this, we want it as firm as we can get it. So firm, extra firm. I like that. Now this is really hard, Mark. I don't know. Keep up with me here on this, okay?
Yeah, I just thought it was such a challenge. I didn't know if I'd be able to make it.
I know.
Well, those are big cubes. Yeah, she does her cubes about half the size.
Okay, well let's do Brenda cubes.
Well, no, just do it your way, and because yours is different.
Yeah.
And you want them to be consistent, right?
I do want them to be consistent.
Now you're inconsistent.
Sure, that's melody.
So we are going to be let's try it both ways.
Let's
be
do it.
consistently inconsistent.
I like that.
And see what happens.
It's going to give different textures is what it's going to do.
Yeah, that's probably the size she makes.
Yeah, I've
Because
had
we use
a
it for
barbecue.
sandwiches. Is it going to shrink too, I think?
It does.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do 2 that way, and I'm going to go in, cut it right in half.
The fancy cut.
The fancy cut. I cut my watermelon the way you do because you taught me how to cut my watermelon. He really did. He does this wonderful thing with watermelon to where you get everything, all the outside peeling off of it, and then you cut the center of it. And I have so many people say, wow, that is a really neat way you're cutting. Yes.
You cut your watermelon the same way?
Cut it the same way. Why not? Okay, we've got some different sizes in here, Mark. So we've got a little bit of big and with a little bit of small. Now this is the hard part. Finding a barbecue sauce that's not high fructose corn syrup.
That's your secret ingredient? Okay, ladies
Well,
and
that's
gentlemen.
barbecued tofu.
We don't need to have 40 different ingredients. This is the only 2 ingredients in this entire recipe.
If somebody wants onion, they could put onion in it. But for most part, Mark, just barbecue sauce. I've gone to barbecue houses and bought their barbecue sauce because they make homemade barbecue sauce. It is phenomenal. And I'll use it. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, I've got a couple really, really good barbecue sauce recipes too.
Oh, yeah.
Is that enough, or does
I
that
like
work
a
for you?
little bit more because we want this to cook, and I want it to get almost crispy.
Okay. Okay, so right in the pan we go, huh?
Right in the sheet pan, right in the oven, we're going to take it. And I'd say probably about 350. Check on it about 30, 40 minutes to an hour. It just depends on your oven. Every oven is different to the temperature. You know.
Probably stir it around a couple times. Boom.
There you go.
That was tough. That was just such a challenge.
But what we're going to do is we're going to put this in the oven and cook it. And when we're done, we're going to come back and show them the finished product.
Okay, let's do it. Okay, the chicken is done.
Look at that. Oh my goodness.
Now I've actually stirred it a couple times when,
Did you?
yeah, you were busy doing something over there and getting ready for that next program.
Oh my goodness, look at that. Crispy. I knew you were going to do that. I knew you would do that. How's it taste?
Perfect.
Can you handle this recipe? Is this too hard for you?
It was a challenge. 2 ingredients, tofu and barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
And it's got fantastic flavor.
It
Now
does.
you'll notice the bigger and smaller pieces.
I like that.
I really don't think it matters. I
don't
think you
think
could
it
do
does
either
either.
one. My wife does smaller pieces, you do bigger pieces. You could do a little of both. And so what would you actually use this for?
Entree. You could use it as an entree. You can use that on a barbecue sandwich is what I'm thinking. Could you imagine this with some hot... I could see a bed of rice, the barbecue sauce on that bed of rice, and some...
Oh yeah, yeah.
What am I thinking?
Barbecue sauce and a bed of rice?
But what else? What's on top of it? Pineapple.
Okay, yeah.
I think
Any
that
type
would
of
be so
yeah.
good. That sweet and that
Well, barbecue.
acidicness. Yeah.
Well, you could do Asian, you could do sweet
Sure
and
you
sour
can.
sauce.
You
You could do a variety of different flavors other than barbecue.
Yeah, don't limit yourself. You know, whenever tofu takes on the flavor of whatever you give
Mm-hmm.
it. So whether it be an Asian style, barbecue style, we make desserts with this all the time.
And
So-
tofu is one of the healthiest foods in the world. People that eat the most tofu have the least amount of cancers, the least amount of sicknesses. They live the longest, and the list goes on and on. So, of course, we do the organic, non-GMO as often
Right,
as we can.
right.
But there you go. I think that's
Done.
a winner. Easy,
Try it at home.
fast.
And if it's a little difficult, just give Mark a call. He'll walk you through it.
Yeah, real complicated. So. All right, we'll see you next time in the kitchen.
Hey chef, I had a good idea to take some popcorn and with some other stuff to the ballpark.
Okay, and I see that you've already got popcorn made, which you can do your own homemade popcorn if you want.
Yeah.
My wife has a microwave thing that she does. What else you got there?
We have chocolate covered raisins and nuts, then we have honey roasted peanuts, and then we have dark chocolate M&Ms.
Okay, so a few little things here. And the baggies, I guess, is what we're going to do, is baggie this up, right? Is that what you
Yeah.
want me to do?
Yep, and then I'm
That's
just
a-
gonna put some of this stuff in it and shake it up and then put
I've
it on
already
the side.
washed my hands, and so how much you want in there? Just going to kind
That's
of fill
good.
it up, huh?
You gotta
Yeah, you
put-
got to have room for everything else, I guess. Okay, I guess I'm going to do a few of these, right? Mm-hmm. So the concept here is you're saying you can make these and take them to the ball game.
Yeah, or to the movie theater, or to a theme park.
I like that because that movie theater stuff is so expensive.
Yeah, just put it in your purse or
Yeah.
a bag.
Yeah. How about camping? To go camping or hiking? If you go out hiking, you know, like
Or backpacking.
a lot of times we'll do a little Sabbath walk, where on the Sabbath day we go walking and hiking. This would be perfect to take along with.
And you can totally change whatever you put in it. Like, you can put chunks of protein
hey.
bar.
Hey,
Hey,
speaking of which, when I saw this recipe coming through, I had an idea for some dates in there. Now these right here is from Little Debbie. You know Little Debbie? Mm-hmm. They're down
Twinkie.
they're down in Chattanooga, Tennessee area. And they actually have these dates. Look at these. They're actual just date morsels. And they're really good. You ought to try them. So anyway, I thought that one might work really good too.
like if you do go hiking or backpacking or something, you can break up a protein bar or something with energy in it and put it in.
Are you waiting for me again?
Yes.
I know, she's always waiting for me. I like this concept too with a bowl like this that's very small at the bottom, because look at all the seeds. They're just going, or the popcorn seeds are going right to the bottom. So that's actually working really good. Concept. So you can make this as healthy as you want too. You could put nutritional yeast flakes in here.
Protein bars, like I said
Yeah,
before.
chop up things like that. Now another concept too, because I haven't done a gourmet popcorn day with you. We got to do that next time we get together.
Yep.
But you can melt chocolate, and then you have to lay it out on sheet pans. Or you could take, what is it? What do they make popcorn bowls with?
I think it's molten marshmallow or cornstarch and sugar.
You're getting smart. Okay. Yeah, you can do the marshmallow thing if you can get those vegan marshmallows and they melt right. Or the cornstarch and sugar, where you take cornstarch sugar, you cook it up, and then you put that over it, and it would make all of this stick to the actual popcorn. The nice part I like about what you're doing here is, since you don't have melted marshmallows on it, you don't have the sugar cornstarch on it, you don't have the moisture in the bags. So this is actually going to maintain a pretty good, where it's not going to get soggy. Because otherwise, if you put stuff in here that has a moisture content,
It'll get all soggy
it's just
and
going to get
everything.
soggy, you know? It's just going to be like, "Ugh, I don't want to eat that stuff." You know, so that's what's going to happen. So,
This one's all healthy because it's nuts and dates.
yeah.
The other ones have chocolate on them.
And then your concept here, hold that,
Holding that.
is that, hang on. Oops. 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 Oops.
You're eating that one.
I just want to see how this turns out. I can't fit everything in here. Oops. I put too much in there.
Oops.
All right, well, I'm going to have to mix this around and eat some of it before it... Actually, look, it actually, as you shake it,
It sinks to the bottom.
it's gradually sinking to the bottom. How cool is that?
Here, see? This one shakes.
All right, I got it sealed. I got it sealed. There we go. Yay. Well, fun, easy for the kids to do. Every one of them could do a different popcorn bag and put their name on it or something. And you can use big baggies too. But
Bring it for lunch.
yeah. Oh, lunch bags. Boom. Right in the kids' lunch bags.
You can actually, like, make this their lunch. Like, if you put certain stuff in here, like,
Like mashed potatoes and gravy.
you can actually make this kind of a dessert item.
Okay.
If you like. Like, you can get the kettle corn,
Right.
veganized, and you can put, no, sweet fruit or
Yeah.
something.
Dried fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing we're missing here is dried fruit. So you can put dried fruit in there. Fun things. Well, good. I'm glad you brought me this recipe concept because I am going to do this quite often, especially when I'm on the road because I do a lot of road things, and that would be really good to take with me. So there you go, another genius concept from Abby. And that's it for today, and we'll see you next time in the kitchen. Just a reminder, the books are available on my website at chefmarkanthony.com. We've got my Vegan Simplicity book right here, which is available. We also have Simply Yummy, Melody Prettyman's really good cookbook. I have that available on the website. Of course, the Simply Incredible. This is a 400-page full color cookbook. And I mean, let me tell you, this baby is just gorgeous and gives you a lot of concepts about how to cook. So once you learn the concept, then you could run with a lot of different recipes. Plus, our newest addition is the Baby Steps to an Amazingly Healthier You. And this just came out this year. It's a brand new DVD, 12 parts. Look at this. This has actually 4 DVDs inside. It's a 12-part DVD and gives you a lot of really good insight about how to take baby steps to get healthy. Plus, you get a lot of good cooking segments in there too. So, Mark Anthony, we'll see you next time.
Hi, Melody Prettyman here with the whole message reminding you to get your rest. We need rest every day, and the Bible tells us we need weekly rest as well. So whether it be that Sabbath rest or that nightly rest, you're just one day away from better health.
All right, that's our program for today. Thank you all for tuning in. We've got some great stuff on our website, mostly recipes. Schedule is there, so I'm easy to get a hold of. And share these with your friends and family. You know, our passion is to help people get healthy. Let them know when we're airing in your area. That's a real big plus. Say, hey man, check out Mark and Melody or Mark Anthony or whoever's on. And because we've always got valuable information for you. And so we will see you next time in the kitchen, showing you how to get healthy one bite at a time.